Hello everyone and welcome to your video on the full moon in Cancer, which is happening December the 22nd, the last full moon of 2018, and really beautiful energies surrounding this full moon. It's wrapping up an incredible year that really has been a lot of soul searching for many people and getting clear about the life path that they want to be on. And this full moon is bringing it all to culmination. It's like a celebration, it's a clearing of the old and really paving a way for a new way forward. So say hi as you're joining. I'm up by my Christmas tree today, feeling more in the Christmas spirit. I can't believe we're 5 days away from Christmas. So I thought it would be fitting to be up here. All right, who do we have jumping in? Cynthia, Susan, Charlotte, Brittany, hello. Definitely say hi as you are joining. Oh, that's my cat over there. So that's the only thing with doing the video up here. Hopefully she behaves. All right, so last full moon of 2018 and so much to celebrate around this. So full moons really do amplify what's going on in your life. And that's why people tend to feel more emotional around the full moon as well. It's like everything comes to the surface. So anything that's been hidden or that's been buried is amplified at this time. And for some people that can be just feeling more emotional, feeling more sadness. For others, it can be this feeling of excitement. And often it's a combination of both. So I would really tap into this full moon energy to celebrate what you have achieved throughout the year. Really tap in. And I know this has been a year of deep lessons. Jupiter going through Scorpio, Venus retrograde in Scorpio. It is about soul searching. It has been about soul searching and really gaining that clarity around the life path that you are now on and where you now want to go in your life. And there can be so much to celebrate when we look back over those lessons and even the challenging times, and we look at what I have learned from that. And like anything, celebration is a choice, and there is always something to be grateful for. There is always something to celebrate when we choose to see it. So use these full moon energies to celebrate your year, and that will just pave the way. Like, it'll raise your vibration and it'll pave the way for this incredible new year because you're in a very high vibe state, noticing what is working in your life. All right, let me catch up on some of these comments. Say hi if you're just jumping on. Share this out. Let's get this information out there. Merry Christmas, Quinn. Hello, Charlotte, Gail. This has been a very dramatic full moon, a lot of coming to light. Yeah, we're still building up to it. So it's happening on the 22nd, which is very close now. That's a couple days away. So we're feeling it. We can really feel the build up to a full moon for sure. Hi, Jenna, how are you? Scrolling down here, Kat, Sharon, Krista, hello, goddess, welcome, Sharon. Still challenging for sure, but I am grateful for everything I have. Yeah, you know, we can be going through, and I'm going to look at the astrology around this, of course, as I always do, and we're still, Chiron is still involved. So I know that there is still a healing that's going on. There's still a processing of emotions, and we can be in the midst of a challenging time, and exactly what you said, Sharon, there is still so much to be grateful for. We can still choose to celebrate. So let's take a look at this Cancerian energy, because that's where the full moon is happening, in the sign of Cancer. And the moon governs over this sign. So it is right at home in Cancer, and it can make us feel a little bit more emotional. Cancer is all about the feeling. It's not about, so this is not a time to try to sink into your mind, get all the details, and logically plan the next steps. This is a time to sink into how you're feeling, to sink into where your intuition is guiding you. So really keep that in mind. You may not have like all the details clear yet of that big goal or what you want to manifest in 2019, but this is a time to really process the emotional side of it. And at the time of the full moon, so anytime there's a full moon, there's an opposition in effect between the moon and the sun. So the sun is going to be in the sign of Capricorn, the moon in the sign of Cancer. So we're dealing with this Cancer-Capricorn axis, and as we go into 2019, we're stepping into a lot of Capricorn energy, which is about achievement. It's about success. It's going to help a lot of us really experience massive momentum in our business. It's about stepping up. So we are going to be feeling a lot of that energy, and part of that is really going to be coming in at the time of the full moon as well. So opposite Capricorn is Cancer, right, where the moon is taking place. And the Cancerian energy is also very ambitious. It loves to get out there and like achieve and get things done. They're both cardinal energies, so it's very action oriented. But Cancer in the zodiac, it rules over house 4, and that's our home life. That's our inner world. So part of what this full moon is doing is helping you build a solid emotional foundation for what you are then going out into the world and achieving. Because we all need that solid emotional foundation. Like, if you've probably had experiences in your life where you feel like, you know, success may have happened really quickly, or you got what you wanted right away, or you set all these things into momentum and then suddenly it felt overwhelming and like you couldn't keep up with it. So this full moon is an invitation to really connect deeply with our soul, listen to our feelings, and build that solid foundation of what we need in terms of our belief system, what we need in terms of nourishing our soul, what we need emotionally in order to get out there and reach our big goals. So let me know if this is resonating. And I'd also love if you could share as well, what are you celebrating this year? Let's celebrate together. Let me celebrate with you. And also, what are you releasing? So what are you deciding that you're not going to take with you into the new year? And this may be an old pattern of seeing how you see yourself. It may be an old pattern of self-doubt. It may be an old pattern of fear or feeling like you're holding yourself back. We get stuck in all these patterns, even how we feel emotionally. That's a pattern in and of itself as well. We can get stuck in an emotional pattern of feeling anxious or depressed, or an emotional pattern of feeling gratitude and feeling in this energy of being blessed and joyful. Like it's all these patterns that we practice in our life. Quinn, I'm glad I caught you live, feeling so many of these cosmic energies. Yes, well, I know we're fellow Cancerians, Quinn, right? We're going to feel this one for sure. Yeah, it can be emotional when it's in the sign of Cancer. And you know, don't run from these feelings. Don't suppress them. When we suppress our emotions, that's what leads to anger in our life. That's what leads to depression in our life. If we allow ourselves to feel the emotion, that's often how we can clear it and release it and move forward. So that's a big lesson. At the time of this full moon, it's like fully feel what's being activated for you. Feel what is coming up. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Chris, hello. Beautiful. Let's see who else is here. Okay, scrolling down. Charlotte is a Capricorn. Cool. Big year for you. So I actually did a review of the astrology for 2019. So if you haven't seen that, after you're done with this video, of course, it is on my profile. So you can just go to my timeline, scroll down. Or I also, this past year, started uploading them on YouTube as well for people that just prefer to watch them on that site, or for the people that aren't on Facebook. So if you ever want to catch like the replays of these videos, they're also on my YouTube channel too, so you can check that out. Okay, so we're dealing with this Cancer Capricorn axis, and there's a few things that are coming up around this, but the first really big one that I want you to sink into is, do I have that emotional foundation for what I'm creating in 2019, for the goals that I'm setting, for what I'm going to be achieving, for the success, however you define it, that this Capricorn energy is going to help you achieve. So this is also looking at your day-to-day patterns. Do you have a daily routine that you feel really replenishes you? As like light workers and healers, we're just like absorbing the energy around us, right? We take it on, and we can take it on as our own at times. So it's important that we look at, how am I recharging my energy as well? And also in terms of like the goals that you have, your intentions, or what you want to manifest in 2019, it always starts with the inner work. And that's what this full moon is getting you to look at as well. Do I have that solid belief system in place that is aligned with what I want to achieve, and that is really going to support me in manifesting these goals? So that's a big part of it. feel like there's so much I can talk about around this full moon. And it's interesting because when I look at the chart for it, I mean, it's a lot of the patterns that we have been working with the last couple months, but I just feel it's so big because it is like paving the way for a new year. So there's just so much energy that's coming up surrounding it. Heather is celebrating stepping into a larger part of my business that is more suited for who I am. Beautiful. Love that. Sharon, celebrating that I have let go of so much material clutter, opening up my physical space, releasing old patterns of self-sabotaging behaviors and beliefs that have been rooted for a long time. Awesome. Holding that space for you. That perfect. And the Cancerian energy, this full moon energy, is going to be really good for releasing some of those deep rooted patterns of behavior, like, because Cancer does rule over home life and family. So these can be patterns that we're releasing that are not even ours, that have been passed along through the generations, that now as we recognize it in ourselves, we can say it's time to let go and it's time to release this. So it's very powerful for sure. Okay, so what else is happening around this full moon? So there's a few things I want to touch on around just this like Cancer Capricorn axes, because it is what we're kind of stepping into for next year as well. We do have the North Node in Cancer throughout 2019. So the direction we're going is inviting in more of this divine feminine energy. It's inviting in more of this goddess energy. And I think we're going to see a shift in how business is done, how we relate to one another in relationships, how we define success. We're going to be shifting from this mindset of competition and really looking at collaboration, and that there's more than enough space for us all to succeed. And so we have that, and then we do have that Capricorn energy, which is going to be about achievement and advancement as well. So another thing on this axis is, how do I balance the divine feminine energies with the divine masculine? So what does that balance look like in your life, that masculine energy that gives you the drive to get out there and to take action, and then the divine feminine energy, which allows you to like work in pleasure and enjoyment and fun and playfulness. Like, we need that as well. So looking at how those are working together for you is big as well. Quinn, 2019 is going to be beautiful. Yes. Oh my goodness. The energies for 2019 do look amazing. I mean, any year, right? We can always choose, like, how am I interacting with these energies? Even throughout 2019, like Jupiter and Scorpio brought that theme of doing a lot of this inner work, a lot of the shadow work. But just think of all the expansion that it brought, right? It's like we were really stripping away all those things that we don't value and that are not aligned to our soul and not aligned to our mission. So now we have more of that clarity. So it's still like we're creating it this year, right? As we go into 2019, Capricorn is the builder of the zodiac. It's the mountain goat slowly working its way to the top. So it's like we're still manifesting it, we're creating it, but now we have more of that clarity and we're more aligned with what we truly need. And with this full moon, take that time to nurture, to nourish yourself, and not just on the full moon, but going forward as well. Like, what are some of the practices that you can really implement into your routine that are going to support you? And also looking at as well, like, how do you define success for you? Because the shadow side of the Capricorn energy is we're working really hard to achieve things in our life, but then we realize it's actually not what I wanted anyway. So that can happen if we're not checking in and we're not really asking, why do I want this? What is the reason why? What is my actual purpose? So use this full moon energy to really stay connected on that. What does success mean to you? Because we get burnt out, we get overwhelmed, we get tired when we're doing things because we feel we have to, or we're looking externally and deciding what success means, and we're forming our definition of success based on the external instead of the internal. Cancerian energy, out of all the zodiacs, is about finding that home within yourself, finding that inner balance in yourself first. Hello, Jacqueline. Welcome, Katie, Rita. Okay, say hi if you're just joining now. Share this out. Let's get this information out there. Jacqueline's feeling emotional, releasing old patterns, moving forward with my business in the new year. Expansion is my word. Oh, I love that. I love the word expansion, right? It's like words have different energy around it. And I find, I like to set goals. I think goals are helpful for sure, but I've noticed this trend where more people are shifting into like the words that they're going to embody for 2019. And I think that's really cool too, because words have energy, words have power, and we can kind of hone in on what are the words that I want to like embody, what's the energy behind them for 2019, and it can really create these powerful shifts. Rita, you're still here though. Late but here. Hi, Katie. Welcome from Vermont. Awesome stuff. I think I probably missed some comments up here. I always go through. I love reading all the comments and just holding that space to celebrate with you and to also look at what you're releasing and letting go of. Jamie's celebrating the decision to move to a new start, to a new life. Oh, wow. New state to start a new life. Beautiful. Oh, I love that. So exciting. And, that goes back to this energy of Jupiter and Sagittarius, where I think a lot of us are going to be feeling this desire to travel, to explore, to move even. Like it's not uncommon for people to be making moves with this energy as well. And wherever Jupiter is transiting your chart right now, because collectively it's in Sagittarius, and that really is getting us to seek out higher truth, seek out higher consciousness, invite more adventure into our daily life, like whatever that looks like for you, that's different for all of us. And then wherever that's happening or falling in your chart is an area where you're going to experience tremendous expansion and growth throughout this year. All right, so I want to look at some of the aspects now that the moon is forming. Now that we talked a lot about this Cancer Capricorn axis, but anytime, it's a full moon, the focus is on the moon, and opposite that, the sun and the energies that they're asking us to bring together and balance in our life. But the moon is forming some interesting aspects. So the first one is a square over to Chiron and Mars, and Chiron and Mars are both conjunct right now in the sign of Pisces. So what that all means is we are motivated right now to step into the divine feminine energy, to really activate our intuitive gifts. And with Chiron there, I know a few people mentioned feeling emotional. It can also be feeling more emotional. Chiron is the wounded healer. So it's where we carry a sense of pain and trauma from past lifetimes, from early on in this lifetime. But we're never meant to stay there. And that's the beauty of Chiron. As we look at that and feel into what that pain is in our life, we have the ability to transform it. And so there's almost this energy of acceptance that's coming in with the full moon as well. It's like when we accept where we are in our life, even when we accept our past, in some of the pain or hurt that we went to, it's like acceptance opens that door for us to now change and to make a new decision. And I think those are some of the energies that we're facing as well. It's like, okay, this is where I am emotionally. These are some of the things that I'm still processing. It's always a journey, so it's never complete anyway, right? We're always growing, we're always evolving. That's part of it. But this full moon will really help you look at accepting that and loving yourself anyway. And the other day I did a video channeling this message from the Akashic Records that came through really strongly around you don't have to have everything cleared in your life. You don't have to be in a perfect place in order to manifest or attract what you desire. You just need to make that decision. And then from that decision, sure, we do the clearing work, sure, we do the healing, but it's almost like claiming and deciding that I get to attract this, I get to manifest this anyway, right? Like, what if I'm perfect exactly where I am right now? And it is an ongoing journey. So it is so important that like right now you own what you want and you feel on a deep level that yes, I can attract this into my life. Yes, I can have this in my life. And with the moon aspecting over to Chiron and Mars, we're motivated to have that acceptance and to do that healing, especially where Chiron's moving into Aries in 2019. It's starting that new cycle in our identity and feeling confident in who we are. So let me know if this is resonating and say hi if you're jumping in now. Hello, Jackie. Welcome, Laura. I love the Christmas tree. Thank you. I love Christmas trees. I just felt called to set up here today and even put on like a Christmassy shirt, sparkly red. But I thought, yeah, why not? Christmas is 5 days away. I might as well be up by the Christmas tree. Jackie, I'm so excited to be in Mexico with you soon. Yes, I'm celebrating that, Jackie. I'm excited. Jackie is hosting a retreat in Mexico, soul expanding experiences. I don't know if she has more openings left or not, but Jackie's amazing, and I know I'm really looking forward to that. Definitely. Okay, I'm going to scroll down here, see some of these comments. Cynthia, recently found out I have Sagittarius as my North Node. Cool. So that's the direction you're called this lifetime. Wherever our North Node is in our chart is the life path that we are going toward. So in Sagittarius, it's going toward expansion. It's going toward seeking out higher truth. It's like this love of travel and exploring beyond what is. It's also a very spiritual energy for sure. It's my computer beeping. Sun and sand, yes, so excited. Quinn is saying this is resonating. Awesome, love it. Yes, okay. Hopefully that I'm getting text messages and it's beeping on my computer too. Okay, so what other aspects? All right, this is neat too. I want to talk about Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, because at the time of the full moon, it's forming a trine over to Neptune in Pisces. So we're stepping more into this intuitive energy again. This really is the theme of the full moon. Like, even though we have a very practical sun in Capricorn, which we're going to feel that part of us that is a little more serious and really looking at our goals, what we want to achieve and moving forward. But overall, this is about emotion. Sink into how you're feeling. This is a beautiful time to practice activating your intuitive gifts, and even more importantly than that, trusting your intuition. And now with the North Node in Cancer, as a collective, that's what we are going toward anyway. We're learning, how do I trust my intuition in making decisions in my life? How is my intuition speaking to me? And if you're getting strong intuitive hits around the time of the full moon, which I'm sure you are probably leading up to it now, our intuition is always speaking to us anyway, but really pay attention to where it's guiding you, because this really is setting the stage for some amazing changes coming in the new year. And you do want to make sure that you are feeling that sense of alignment and that you are connected to your intuition, because that's going to help with the clarity as well. Another aspect and that's happening at the full moon. So in astrology, we talk about these aspects, which is basically the relationships that the planets are forming to one another and what that means. And sometimes they're more challenging, sometimes they're more harmonious. So we also have Jupiter and Mercury conjunct. So they're together in Sagittarius at this time. And that really is that energy of spirituality as well, but also holding that big vision, harnessing that big vision in your life and not necessarily knowing all the details. So it goes back to, we're learning to really trust our intuition and where it's guiding us. And the confusion will come if we're looking outside of ourselves, in the sense that we're trying to get somebody else to tell us what is right for us. And you know, we can all fall into that from time to time, but the truth is no one knows better than you what you need in your life and what decisions are right for you. And as you go back to really trusting your intuition, you experience that more clearly, right? Because your intuition is always speaking to you. It's just, are you listening? And most importantly, are you trusting it enough to take actions based on that? And then of course there's a time, like we see energies in the zodiac where there is a time to analyze it a little bit further and to get all the details in place. But around the full moon, that's not this, with these energies, it's not really the time. This is the time to trust and sink into your intuition around it. Quinn, this is everything I've been sensing. Oh, I love that. Well, you're super intuitive, so you would feel into it. That always happens with astrology. Whoops. Like people that are very intuitive, they feel into these energies, or even when I do a reading for them, they're like, oh, I was feeling this in my life. Like and it's just that confirmation and then a deeper understanding of kind of like connecting the dots. And that's why one of the reasons I love astrology as well, it helps like get a better grasp and understanding of often the energies that we're already feeling into anyway. So it's really powerful. Chris, you're amazing, very informative and helpful. Oh, thank you. I'll receive that. Thank you. All right. So I think I did touch on the main aspects right now. So tomorrow in my membership site, the Goddess membership site, I'm offering a full moon tapping. So if you want to get in on this, send me a message and I'll give you the details. It's super accessible if you want to like jump in and join, get the tapping so you can really work with these energies and step into that energy of celebration as well as releasing. And I'm also going to be doing something special in the membership site for the new year as well, just really helping you connect to your soul-aligned goals and guidance on manifesting that. So just send me a message if you want the details on how you can jump in and just try out, even just come in for the month. In my membership site, there's no obligation to stay longer than a month, although a lot of people do. So you can try it out for the month, get access to the tapping and all the other amazing videos in there on exploring the Akashic Records, using that to manifest, using that as a way to heal. So super powerful stuff. Thank you so much for all the hearts and for everyone who was hanging out tonight and joining live. And if you're on the replay, continue to leave any questions and continue to share what you're celebrating, what you're releasing. And just enjoy this beautiful full moon energy. Enjoy the holiday season. Enjoy this amazing energy that we're stepping into, because there's so much to celebrate in this moment. And there's always something to celebrate. And we really do have an incredible year astrologically. So I know so many of us are just going to be stepping up and further owning our soul calling, our soul purpose, and the direction that we feel called to in life. So all right, sending so much love and light to you all, full moon blessings. And once again, feel free to message if you want the details and getting in on this tapping that I'm going to be doing for the full moon energy. So I will see you all very soon. Bye. Oh. I'm not used to going live on my laptop. There we go. All right, see you soon.